Good morning. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning or so. It's July, I think, 27th, and we are working on getting the house ready to paint. We have a ton of stuff that we've done to try to get ready. So I'll take you through a few things and kind of let you know what's going on for the rest of the semi-remodel. We'll just start with the back of the house. If you look up on the gable here, sorry, big truck going by, big truck going by. Yeah, concrete trucks have been going crazy around here. They're pouring in a interchange up on the road, main road. Okay, so all these trim boards along the edge here we took off, and we packed in foam insulation and some loose insulation as well. These were sashes where window weights were, and then we went back through and caulked all of the trim. This gable will actually in the end be covered up with a new siding. Down here is a bathroom little renovation. We're taking these two windows out and putting a transom window in across the top. So in order to get all that ready today for Bill and his girlfriend, I had to take this conduit off. This is a 220 that goes over to the garage. This wall over here is going to be covered with siding, this wall, and if we have enough we'll probably go ahead and do this inside wall here, but we're not sure yet. The good thing about that inside wall is all the tiles are pretty straight. Down here along the bottom of the house are some cracked tiles. They're not chipped too bad, but I figure while the kids are still young we'll just leave them because they still play soccer and baseball and everything else back here. Along the bottom row of these tiles by the back door, however, several of these were cracked as well, but I took the tiles that were over here on this wall and I brought them over here to replace broken ones down low. This screen door in the end will be replaced. It's been whipped by the wind and held open too hard by the kids too many times. This is a new fascia board up here, this white board in front of you. This is going to have new gutters. Well, we're getting gutters all the way around the house, but that fascia board was rotted pretty bad. And then along the corner of that fascia board right in here, I originally had a cage over it to keep squirrels out. So we were getting squirrels in that roof. And then up here there was a little bit of damage to wood, but I backed it with spray foam, and to date there's not as many ants trying to get in. We had lots of ants coming in and out of there, so we've reduced that damage. We had another broken tile down here. We salvaged another one and fixed that. We got all of our meters covered in plastic, as well as the various vents for the cooling system. We decided to go ahead. Originally I had used a heat gun actually and took all the paint off of these trim boards on the window. But after we started looking at it, the wood was just so far gone that we had to replace it. So we again took these trim boards off, and where possible we shot in some foam, or we used the Owens Corning pink stuff. Same thing on this window. These two windows are going to get replaced as well. Front of the house, not the cleanest repair ever, but there was a nice little playland in that eave, I guess you would call it, where squirrels were running all the way across the house to the other side and into our garage. And that was getting pretty scary. You'd open up the garage, you'd see a squirrel fly out of there. We caulked all this underneath the roof as well. Our foundation, I figure, from water damage, really it needs a little bit of repair, but I shot some foam in there to seal it up until we can make the necessary repair. If you look at the foundation, let me move over to this angle, you'll see that the house sits on the stone, when in actuality, if you look down the line here, the house should be sitting flush with the stone, but it's not. So that's a bit of an issue that we'll have to work on down the road. Around to the front, all these windows stay. We will be priming them today, getting all the primer on there, and then we'll scrape off the paint once they're painted white. We got storm windows and glass, or storm windows and screen to put back on it. Down here I found, I don't know if the camera can even pick this up, there's a hole in the foundation behind the stairs. And I had my friend Terrell Runyon come over and take a look at that. And he figures, and it made sense once we started feeling around back there, is that there's not a hole in the foundation that was caused by an animal or anything. It was actually this whole block of stairs is one solid cast of concrete, and originally was attached to the house. And over time it settled and actually pulled away from the house a good inch, about an inch and a half really, and down a bit. And we were able to feel back there, and we could feel some indentations on the existing wall. So we're going to pour some Sackcrete down there today, let that cure, and get that gap filled. Continuing around, more caulking. Gosh, I've probably gone through 2.5 cases of caulk for sure. If you look along these rafters up here, right where this fascia board is, it's about a 2-inch gap. So we're going to get a piece of trim board and cover the ends of those rafters all the way down the house. This is the garage. It's actually got a decent little side door here. So we're going to get that all primed and painted, and we'll scrape all the glass, get that kind of restored back. The thing I'm probably most excited about is actually getting a real window in the garage. This used to be an exhaust bay for an exhaust fan system, and we've taken that out a long time ago, put the board up, and that's the way it's been ever since. So it's gonna be nice to have an actual window. So that pretty much completes our tour de hacienda. I don't even know if I said that right. So I can't wait to show you guys some after photos and video, and it's been a long process, but a good one. It's taught me a lot as a homeowner, and I've got some friends over here to help me out, so thanks to all my friends that have been kind of stopping by, even just to inspect things and drink a beer with me, and moral support and all that good stuff. And Annie's been doing a great job keeping the kids out of the way. I've given the kids scrapers and stuff a couple of times and just let them kind of work on some areas we know that they can't damage. But the thing is this asbestos tile on the outside of the house, you're not really supposed to scrape it at all. I used a power washer on it, and that water kept the asbestos down, but I can't let the kids scrape on that. They might even crack it, and to replace that stuff would just be impossible or very expensive. So anyway, we'll keep you updated. Thank you.